Hi everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our next edition of UCAlive. This time round we're going to be focusing again on international applicants. So this is you. So if this is you, this is a great opportunity for you to ask us questions, anything you have questions about the process, the courses or student life. So thank you to those of you who have already sent in your questions via social media. If through this live broadcast you think to yourself, oh, I'd like to ask that, then please do via our social media channels. These are Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. Just make sure you use the hashtag UCAlive. Now, as you can see, today I've been joined by some of our students and staff members here. So I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and then we'll get on with the questions.
Hello, my name is Colin Beard. I'm the Immigration Compliance Coordinator here at UCA.
Hello, and I'm John. I'm the International Student Support Coordinator at UCA.
Hi everybody, I'm Magdalena. I'm an International Admissions Officer at UCA.
Hi, I'm Maisie. I'm a student. I'm from Hong Kong. I'm studying Year 2 Digital Film and Screen Art.
Great, thanks guys. So the first question we have here is from Roberto via email. Are there any societies for international students?
Well, from what I've known, for international students, I mean, you can join any clubs and society you want, actually. But if you want to go into particular clubs and society, that's for you. That we have Japanese society, if that counts. But generally, I just go which society I want to go to.
Okay, great, thank you.
Can I just...
Yeah, absolutely, do.
With the SU, you can actually start your own societies as well. You only need you need 3 people or 1 person, and the SU will help you to actually get more members, and that's all you need really to start a society. So if you want to start an international society, please go ahead. It'd be really great if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be good. I actually tried starting a music society, and we only have like 3 members at a time, and right now it's like not like popular, but everyone is having a jam, and then we have bands sometimes.
Amazing, it sounds great. Okay, so next question is from Mia via Snapchat. Are international students normally housed close to each other?
Yeah, I can take that one. If you're on the PSE courses, the pre-sessional English courses, then you will be housed together. If you are then going on to your main course, or you're joining at a main course level, then you'll be integrated with all the home students.
And in International Foundation and in GDAD as well, GDAD is the graduate diploma, because we come in January at the same time. So we are situated in the same area, same house as well.
Okay, great, cool. Next question has come in from Louisa via Snapchat. Can I still apply to be a student ambassador blogger?
Yes, you can. You can. I'm a student vlogger. You can always go on to the UCA website and go on student vlogger area, and then register your interest. Then you get sent an email when the application is open. Great.
Cool, I think that's answered that one very well. Next question is from Simone via email. Are there lots of good value places to buy clothes in Rochester? Getting your wardrobe sussed. Anyone got any answers to that?
Well, it's a difficult one to answer, but I would say almost certainly yes. The UK generally has lots of very reasonably priced places where you can get things like that. It's a case of going out and looking and seeing what's available, really, but I'm sure you will be able to find something.
Can I just chip into this? I think definitely, there will be outlets, there will be shopping centres in and around Rochester. Plus, also, you are very close to London. I believe it's under 40 minutes on the train.
Minutes, yeah.
Yes. So you can just go to London, and I mean, there's enough shops there.
The world's your oyster there.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely, you've got a chance to collect the wardrobe that you want.
Especially if you're studying fashion, because you want to emulate that. So the next question has come in from Senai from Snapchat. Are there any trips for international students? I think, is that whether, I guess, course trips or just other trips?
Yeah, for international students, we always have trips, because it's the perks of being in England, and we and tutors know that we want to explore more of this culture. And in foundation, we actually been to Oxford. We've been to, I forgot, but we went to Amsterdam as well.
Amsterdam. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else got anything to add about trips? Nope. Okay, so next question has come in from Lana via Snapchat. Do people tend to share kitchen utensils in shared kitchens, or will I need to buy everything when I arrive?
I would say it depends on who you're going to be sharing with, but probably most people actually buy their own utensils. That's what most people do. If you want to arrive and then speak to your housemates and see what they're doing, then by all means, you can find quite cheap kitchen utensils if you go out to the high street shops and search for them. So that's that.
I tend to buy my own utensils, but some of my friends who arrived and situated in the same house, they talked to each other and decided to bulk buy. There's a website for students that you can, like for £99, you get loads of stuff, and it's enough supply for the whole house. I think that's what they did.
Fantastic. And just a quick question that I thought I could add on to this. What is when you get into your kitchen, what is already provided for you? Do you get a kettle, for example? Because some people might decide to buy a kettle and actually you don't need one, or a toaster, etc., etc. So what is actually already provided for you in your kitchen?
Everything. Kettle, microwave, oven, what else?
Toaster?
Fridge, toaster. And please don't buy your own kettle, because you won't be able to use it in your room. It's gonna mess up with the electricity.
Good tip. Okay, so next question we have is from Aisha, and she's asked 3 questions, and they all kind of follow on from each other. So she's asked, I would like to know what the major aspect in the application the admissions team look for when making an offer. Okay. We'll come to you, Magdalena.
Yes. Right. So with regards to the application, in a nutshell, the process is that you either apply via UCAS if it's undergraduate. If it's postgraduate, you would apply directly via our website, or foundation for this matter. And once we receive your application, we would send you an email which would list the documents that we need from you. But generally, what we need from everyone are academic references, unless you've been out of study, so you've graduated, let's say, 5 or 10 years ago, then normally we would ask for a work reference. So it's the reference, it's your personal statement where you would explain why you want to join UCA, why this particular course, how your experience has prepared you to study with us, and what you want to gain from the course. And also at the end of it, you would be asked to supply a portfolio for vast majority of the courses, because there are a few management courses that do not need a portfolio. And once we've got all of this, the application goes to the admissions tutor, and they either provide the decision straight away, as in normally it's up to 5 working days, but in the times like now where we've got graduation shows and all the sort of assessments, etc., it might be a bit longer, so please bear with us. But generally speaking, when they get back to us, it's a decision, yes or a no. If they do need to see more of your work, for example, so they see a bit of your portfolio, but they want to see more, we will ask for it, so you can send additional work to us as well. And then following from that, it's then up to you whether you want to accept the offer or not, basically.
That was a really thorough answer there. You've kind of already answered like the other 2 questions. But so the other question was, how long does the process take? But I think from what you said, Magdalena, it sounds like it could be anything from 5 days or a bit longer, depending on the time of year that you've done it.
Yes.
I mean, Maisie, in your how long did it take? The whole process to you?
Yes, I applied for International Foundation in like probably 8th or 10th of December, and I got my decision within 5 days.
Oh wow, okay, very
and good. I saw out everything, and I came to the UK half a month after, in January.
Okay, great. And then the last bit of that question was, if I have a portfolio I'd like to show, can I do that? Now, you did touch on the portfolio, but can you just explain further how somebody would, if they're an international student, how they would get us to see that portfolio?
Yes, so there are two options. So you are either an international applicant applying from outside the UK, or you're an international applicant applying from within the UK. So, for example, you're on a foundation, you want to come for a BA course with us. So there are two options. Majority of people, again, do supply the portfolio digitally. So you would get an email from UCA, which would give you login details and a link to go to the applicant portal. And there you can upload the digital work. And you've got up to 12 files that you can upload. And by a file, we mean not only like 12 photos, for example, but it's 12 files. So if you've got a PDF which has got 30 photos in it, that will be one file out of the 12. So again, vast majority of people do that. If you are in the UK and you can come for an interview, you would be invited for an applicant day. So there you can actually physically bring in your portfolio with you for the tutor to assess, and sort of following that, the rest of the process is the same, but it's just, if you are in the UK, you know, it's a good opportunity to have a look around the campus, the studios, you know, the workspace, to see for yourself whether it suits you or not. Yeah.
Great, cool, thank you. So the next question is coming from Salah via email. I have applied for a master's degree and would like to know if I could work part-time to support my daily costs and cover accommodation. I'll come over to Colin. Welcome.
Well, it depends. Yes, you can work. If you are here on a student visa, you can only work 20 hours a week during term time. If you're not on a Tier 4 student visa, you can do whatever you want. We recommend that you don't work more than 15 hours a week though, because that allows you a little bit of leeway within the rules, but it also means that you can focus on your studies more.
Great. Fine, thank you. So the next question has come in from Ikshawuku via email. I would like to know if the International Foundation is accepted for progression to other UK universities.
Do you want to? Oh no, you're with us, sorry. Yeah, so what I was actually going to say is that majority of people, because of the experience that they do get on International Foundation, do stay with UCA. With regards to are the universities accepting it, it does depend on the institution, to be perfectly honest. It is a recognised course, and in the past we had a lot of people progressing from the International Foundation to a BA course in a different institution, and there were no problems with that. But again, to be 100% sure, I would always say the institution that you were applying for, please check with them directly to see if they do accept it or not. And if they do want to find out more about the course, we are more than happy to speak to anybody from the institution to just confirm, you know, what the course is, what it entails, etc. So in general, you know, it is a very good course to start off with.
Great, thank you. So the next question has come in from Indy via Instagram. Can I be collected at the airport when I arrive in the UK?
Hello. Yes, you can. You can use our airport meet and greet service, and that allows you to be picked up from either Gatwick Airport or Heathrow Airport. And this is available on certain weekends, so the arrival weekends. Does it say a weekend there?
No, it just says can I be collected at the airport, yeah.
So, for example, if it was for September courses, we offer 2 weekends where you can be picked up. We use our taxi representatives who we've worked with before, so we know they're trustworthy, they'll be there and they'll be able to help you. So you'll be picked up at the terminal and you'll be taken to your campus. If you want to find out more information about this, please go onto the website because there's lots of interesting things there about that.
Great. And Maisie, did you use this service when you came to the UK?
Yes, I came in January 2015 and I actually stayed in the hotel after I landed in Heathrow. and I actually booked the taxi through the website and asked to be picked up in the hotel. So when I was checking out, someone was looking for me in the reception, and I heard my name. I was like, oh, it's me. I'm just checking out right now. But yeah, it's really handy. Like I won't be lost. And then actually the taxi driver was really helpful with the town, because when he was driving through the town, he's just like introducing what is that part for, what's the town centre like and stuff.
So introducing you to the area. Okay, great, cool, thanks.
Can I just
absolutely.
follow up a little bit more? If you're on the pre-sessional English course, it's actually included as part of your fees. If you're starting in September, there is a fee to pay, and it depends on what airport you're coming into and what campus you're going on to. I would say that the fee that you will pay will be cheaper than the fee if you take a taxi from just outside the airport without any booking. And also, if you book the meet and greet service, you do get a number where you can correspond with us directly at UCA as well, so we can kind of help with any problems that you have on arrival. So it really is worth booking.
Great, thank you. So the next question has come in from Ju via Snapchat. How will I meet other international students?
Okay,
between the two of you.
the first thing that I'd recommend that you do is book onto our international welcome events, and we hold one of those on each campus. We've already got the dates set up. We know the times. You can go onto the website and the store, and you can book that right away. That would be fantastic. That allows you to meet any other students that book onto the event. Hopefully everyone will be there. We'll also have staff members as well, so you can socialise with different people in different departments. We've got free food and drink that we're putting on. We've got a really good welcome from one of our leadership team as well, who will be there. So it's a really good event. That's the first thing that you should do.
Great.
And then we'll have the international reception that are hosted in the Farnham Castle. And remember to check your email, because John will send you an email so that you can book online and stuff. As for other events, we also have a international friendship scheme that I participated. You will be put on with one student ambassador in the group, so that we can discuss the day out together to hang out.
Great, sounds like loads of options there. Fantastic. So the next question has come in from Thomas via Instagram. Sorry, jumped there. Thomas via Instagram. What kind of documents do I need to carry in my hand luggage when making my way to the UK? Yeah.
We recommend that you have all your travel documents, obviously, so your passport, and if you have a visa, your visa. We also recommend you carry your offer letter, just in case the officer at the border wants to make sure that you are definitely coming to study a course. Anything else? Tuberculosis? Oh yes, if you're from a country where you have to have a tuberculosis test for your visa, you should carry that in your hand luggage as well.
Yes, I did have all of that, and remember the university, the name of the university, because when they ask you, if you hesitated, then they might keep you for a bit longer. From my experience.
Okay, thanks for that tip, Maisie. So the next question has come in from Maria via email. I understand I need a CAS. What is this?
Do you want to? Go ahead.
Okay. So a CAS is a confirmation of acceptance to study. It is the document that we issue you to allow you to apply for your student visa. And what it does is it links you to us and your course. You can't apply for your student visa without it, and we will issue it to you once we check that you can make a valid visa application.
Great. And would you recommend in the hand luggage, the question from before, carrying that information along with the actual visa information, just so you have everything
It's
all
probably
together?
a good idea to print out the email we send you. So the CAS is actually contained within an email. It's actually just a number, but the email we send you will have all the information about your course, where you're studying, so you'll have all those answers if they do ask you at the border.
Great. Did you have anything to add to that, guys?
I think you should have the document ready, not have it in the email you're like, oh, I can open it in the airport, but you don't have reception actually, like if you're not registered already for the Wi-Fi in the Heathrow airport, but that's why you can't open it and you can't check the number. I had that once, and I was like, you have to wait for my Wi-Fi to work. So it's best to have it in offline in your phone, or just write it down.
Print it all off and put it in like a documents wallet.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. So the next question we have is from Celia via Twitter. Can you tell me what to expect when I apply for my visa? How long will it take?
Well, that's quite a loaded question. It totally depends where you're applying, to be honest. If you're applying from within the UK and you apply by post, it takes 8 weeks. If you're applying in your home country, they generally try and make a decision within 10 working days. However, the time of year you apply, so September, there is a lot of students applying for their visas, so it could take a bit longer. And also, if you're applying at a smaller post, that could take longer. So if you're applying in Beijing, for example, that's going to be quite a quick post. But if you're applying in Jamaica, that's quite a small post, so it might take a few more weeks. It should never take longer than 8 weeks for any decision, though.
Okay, and Maisie, how long did it take?
I think I got told between 4 to 6 weeks, but I'm not sure. I got it quite quick, and you can actually do a premium service, and you can get the decision very quickly.
So every post will offer a premium service, which you pay more money for, and they'll vary from, some posts offer a same-day decision, so you go in person and you have all your documents checked with you in front of you, and they'll give you a decision that day. And others would give you a week option where they'll make a decision within 1 week.
Great, thank you, guys. Next question we have here is from Jonah via Snapchat. Am I entitled to healthcare in the UK? How do I get this?
Okay. No, I'll go for it.
You can all have a go, it's fine.
The answer is probably yes. The first thing to say is that everyone is entitled to accident and emergency care. So it doesn't matter what visa you're on or why you're here, you will be able to get emergency care. Beyond that, EU citizens are entitled to use the health service, but I would say make sure that you have your EHIC cards, that's your European Health Insurance card, with you, because people might ask you for that, and that's the way that you prove you're a European citizen with access to the health service. You can ask your own national health service back home for this card, and they should help you. If you are a Tier 4 student, then you will have paid the immigration health surcharge as part of your visa application, and that entitles you to use of the NHS. Now, in terms of how you actually go about accessing that, you should register with a doctor as soon as you arrive, really, and as soon as you have your enrolment letter printed, because you'll need that. You should go to a doctor's. We can help you with this when you're here as well. You should go to a doctor's, get a registration form, take your enrolment confirmation. You'll fill that in, and then you can register as an NHS student.
Great. Anyone else got anything to add to that, or very thorough answer there again?
Yes, and you do pay for the service after you pay for the visa application. So after you've done your visa application and you pay for the visa, the next website that you go to is automatically you go to the NHS payment website, and the amount you pay for depends on the length of your visa. So when we first arrived, we get told by my International Foundation tutors that there will be a doctor coming and to register for all of the students in the class.
So they came to you, the doctor?
Yeah, they came to us.
Fantastic, that's good to know.
Yeah, in some cases, we will actually, the health professionals will come to the university and you can register here.
Great, thank you, everybody. So the next question is from Salim from email. How do I collect my BRP once I'm in the UK?
So during your visa application, you'll be asked to put a postcode in to say where you're going to be studying. In the CAS email that we send you, we tell you what that postcode is that you should put in for each campus. Then once you've arrived, you will have a letter given to you when your initial visa has been granted. On that letter, it will say the address of the post office you have to go to. And then within 10 days of arriving in the UK, you go to that post office, you take your passport with you, and they give you your BRP.
Yes, I actually went to a place called Woking. I'm not sure, but it's quite near.
Yeah.
And they always give you the nearest post office that you can collect your BRP pass. And I went with my friend. You actually need to allow some time. What we found out is you allow some time. Don't go immediately. It says within 10 days. I think you should go like after the 3rd or 4th day, because I got my BRP card, but my friend who went like immediately the next day didn't get it because he's too early and they're not prepared yet, so allow like 3 days.
And this might sound like a very naive question, but BRP, what does that stand for? Just for anyone who's watching who's like, what is that acronym? What does BRP mean?
Okay,
because
so
I'm having it in my head, I'm having a guess at what it means, but I will let you guys answer.
BRP stands for Biometric Residence Permit, and it is what your visa will be on. When you first apply for your visa, you get a very short entry visa in your passport, which is a sticker. And then for the remainder of your course, you'll have a pink credit card size piece of plastic that's your full visa.
Thank you.
Maybe if you're under 18, I think it might be a good idea to contact us before you get here, just so we know.
Great, thank you everybody. So my next question is from Olivier via Twitter. Will I be asked any questions when I reach UK immigration? Looking at you, Maisie, were you asked any particular questions?
Yes, they always ask you questions when you first arrive, because you're new. But after like 1 or 2 years, they know that you're returning students. Then they'll be like, okay, you're returning to study? Yes, okay, good, go. But before that, you have to be well prepared for any question that's gonna come up. I got asked questions like, what's your name? What's the name of the university that you're going to? Where are you gonna be staying for the term times? And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna work? So just be prepared. Okay,
but none of them were unanswerable questions. You could answer them all, and they were.
Yes, you know all the answers. Yeah, quite straightforward. Don't hesitate.
Thank you, Maisie. So the next question is from Joseph via Snapchat. I would like to send a few things early. Is it possible to send luggage to my accommodation in advance?
It's probably not possible, because of the way that our accommodation works and people already living in the houses. But it might be worth, if it's an urgent inquiry, send us an email before and we'll check whether it's possible or not. I think that's probably the best thing to do.
Personally, I don't recommend you sending a luggage to a place that you haven't arrived. You don't really know the area, but I just want to keep my luggage. Because we have the taxi service from the university, so you just carry with you, and then you got picked up, and then you go to the uni straight away, so hassle free.
So yeah, it might be, if you have a few things you want to bring, it might be better to take your essential stuff with you when you actually arrive, and then once you're settled in your flat, then maybe send for stuff and get stuff sent over that way when you're actually there to be able to accept it, for example. So yeah, that might be a better option perhaps. Okay, great, thank you guys. Next question is from Nikolai via Snapchat. How much is it to do a weekly food shop in England, and are the prices okay? Depends where you are, doesn't it? But around here in Farnham, we'll start. Maisie?
Ooh, that is a big question. It really depends. For food, I generally spend £20 to 30. It really depends on the week. Like sometimes you feel like a big feast with pizzas and you want some alcohols with you, and that's gonna be more. But I tend to restrict myself to spend less than £50, £40 a week.
Anyone else got anything to add?
I think that's probably about right. Yeah.
I do know some students survive from £10 a week if they do have the need to.
Yeah, a lot of the supermarkets within the UK give loads of options. So say you're wanting to buy cheese, for example, you can always get the sort of the cheaper cheese and then more expensive cheese and then super duper expensive cheese as well. So I just picked that as an option. But yeah, there's always lots of different options, and a lot of the supermarkets do kind of have the same prices across all the supermarkets in the area, as it were.
Yeah, I think with the cost as well, about the supermarkets, what can add up to that cost is if you do deliveries to your either accommodation at uni or a house or a flat if you're renting, because it's a lot cheaper obviously when you just go yourself and do the shopping. But some people do prefer to do online shopping and just have it delivered, but then just be prepared to pay a bit more because obviously you have to pay for the delivery.
Yeah. Great. Anyone else got anything to add? No? Okay, so next question has come from Melanie via Snapchat. I think I might arrive later than the first day of the course. What shall I do?
Right. Well, basically, if you are aware that you will be coming a day, 2 days, etc. later, you do have to let us know as soon as possible. And it might be, due to either the visa being delayed, it might be due to the fact that, I don't know, you can't buy a flight, etc. It's just basically any reason. You do have to let us know as soon as you become aware that you will be late, because we do need to let our tutors know that you will be enrolling later and that you potentially will be missing out on some of the course. And what they normally do, they do send you sort of course materials online so that while you wait for the visa, for example, you can sort of still, do your reading and do your exercises, etc. so that you've kind of made that up once you get to the UK. But the very first thing is to let us know as soon as you are aware that you will be late, the international admissions, just so that we can sort of, let the tutors know and any other parties that need to know about that.
So do you have an email address that Melanie can email to let you guys know?
Yes.
The email address for her to email.
Yeah, it's the international admissions at uca.ac.uk. Is it worth emailing you, probably, John, as well? So what email would that be?
Yeah, if you want to email international welcome, then you can let us know that way as well, and we'll make sure that you get the support you need when you arrive.
Great, thank you everybody. Next question is coming from Heidi via Instagram. Do I need to register with the police when I arrive?
It depends what nationality you are from. Some nationalities do and some nationalities don't. We have a list actually on our international pre-departure guide, which you can find on the website. Or if you have any questions, again, please email international welcome at uca.ac.uk, and I can look into that for you depending on what nationality you are. For pre-sessional English courses, we actually have a police officer who comes into university, and they help you directly register there. The systems will differ a little bit depending on whether you're studying in Kent or if you're studying in Surrey, because there are different police forces. So again, I think the best thing to do is have a look on the International Pre-Departure Guide. If you have any questions, please email them and we'll help you.
Great, thank you. Next question has come in from Jeff via email. I'm an international student and I just received my offer, but I am still considering. I am waiting for my final results before I make my choice. Your offer says that if I want to decline the offer, I should do that within 14 days, but it might be later than that. Is that okay?
Right. Well, it would still be fine. I mean, you do have to think about, with regarding to accepting and declining the offers, etc., whether you have applied directly or whether you have applied via UCAS if it's an undergraduate course, because UCAS have certain deadlines by which you have to accept the offer or otherwise it will be declined. With direct offers, we have got more flexibility. If you have applied for UCAS and you have this particular situation, the best thing would be to just email us, again, the international admissions, and we can sort of give you the deadlines and we can give you advice about what other options you would have, if you can't make it in time.
Okay, thank you. So my next question is coming from Vendetta. Doesn't say where from, but from Vendetta. Is there any possibility to be helped financially with cost of life or work within the UK? So is there kind of extra funding for people who have come over?
Yeah, have a go. Well, if you're here on a student visa, you can, as I've said, do a limited amount of work while you're studying, and then out of term time you can work full time. There is an international hardship fund, but that is a very limited fund and only for students who are in extreme hardship. Other than that, you really need to be able to pay your own way.
Great, thank you. And there's lots of work opportunities, and yeah.
You can apply to become a student ambassador, and you can work just like me. I really like this job. You can do something like this and talk to the people who work for the uni, and it's always great to talk to more people to improve your English ability. And yeah.
Yeah, and there's always like shops and towns nearby to every campus for jobs and lots
yes,
of
there are lots
places.
of part-time jobs that you can find in town as well.
Great, thanks guys. So the next question is coming from John via email. Did you find that your English language skills got better when studying in the UK?
Yes, as mentioned, when I first came here, and because I applied quite late, so I got put into a house of local people instead of with international students. So I have to push myself to talk to them, and in the kitchen is a very good place to socialize. You meet people like every day, and you get to know them, and they're quite friendly as well, so you just try to be their friends as well, so eventually you be very fluent in your English.
It's about confidence, isn't it? And
It really
getting more
is.
confident. Great. And if you're not studying the pre-sessional English, is there opportunities for you to be able to have English classes, or is there do you know of any sort of places that would be able to offer that, or do you just recommend chatting to people and just using your language?
It's free resources, use your friends.
Yeah, use your friends. Perfect. Great, thank you. So the next question is coming from Emma via Snapchat. Am I too late to book a place on the pre-sessional course? I would really like to join this.
Right, well, I'll go for that one. With regards to pre-sessional courses, we've got the 10-week, which starts on the 19th of June, and then we've got the 5-week, which is the 24th of July. To be perfectly honest, the 10-week course, it's really tight now, and I mean, you could still potentially try and get here if for example, you're able to get an express visa, etc. Potentially it might be still doable, but if you're only applying now, you are really short on time. So it's more probable to be able to get onto the 5-week course. And for that, your IELTS scores have to be 5.5 overall with 5.0 in each band. So if you have not taken the test yet, or you're just about to do a test, that's the scores that you have to get for the 5-week pre-sessional. So again, the 10-week, still potentially possible, but not very likely. But the 5-week, by all means, we still are accepting applications for that.
Great.
And we have our pre-sessional English courses in the autumn as well. So October we have a 10-week course, and November we have a 5-week course. Those students usually progress onto graduate diploma or international foundation starting in January. So that's another option for you.
Great, thanks everybody. Next question is coming from Tiago via Instagram. I'm coming for the English language course soon. Welcome. And I'm really looking forward to it. I was told that there are trips as part of this course. Do you know where the days out are for this year? And if not, if you don't know where they are this year, where do you usually go? Where do you know where they usually take the students?
I know that the pre-sessional English students are going to London on the first week. And I think last year, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, I think they went to Brighton as well at some point in the course. Yeah, I think possibly Bristol.
So they're all UK
We're just naming
based
places.
cities, are they? Yeah, so all UK based. Yes. Yeah, so you get to probably see lots of nice places. Great, thanks guys. So my next question has come in from Aparna via email. I would like to know about scholarships available to international students after getting your conditional offer, and and also about accommodation. But we'll get to accommodation in a sec, so we'll split this question up. So she'd like to know about scholarships available to international students after getting your offer.
Right. Well, with regards to scholarships, unfortunately, we do not have too many of those. They're not permanent scholarships, so it's not that every year there is a particular number of scholarships available to people. They do become as they come in. So, you know, there might be somebody who wants to sponsor students on a particular course. All of those are listed on the website under the fees and finance, I believe. So the first point of call would be to go to the website and just keep checking, sort of, you know, on a not maybe daily basis, but like every month or every 2 weeks, just to see if anything has come in. Other than that, we do always recommend to contact British Council in your country, because they would have information not only about sort of scholarships within the UK, but also in the actual country. So there might be some funding from, you know, where you are coming from for you to study abroad. So definitely those two places I would say take a look at, and yeah, British Council do have a lot of information.
Great, thank you. And the next part of that question was about accommodation. So as an international student, how do I apply for accommodation?
I applied online, I believe, through a portal. I think after you accepted your offer, you have an account that you can go on the website, and then you can choose the type of room that you want. So small room, medium room, large room, in halls or in the student village, if that helps.
Yes, for this year, if you applied now, you would probably be put on a waiting list. Because the deadline to be guaranteed a place was, I think, the 15th of May this year. So if you're applying for future years, I'd advise that you get your application in as soon as possible, firmly accept your offer as soon as possible as well.
Great, thanks guys. So the next question is coming from Safwan via Snapchat. I'm from Austria and doing the English language course at Farnham. Do you think there will be other students from my country? Where are most students from? Where are most of the students from for this course?
Right, well, with regards to pre-sessional courses, I mean, we do tend to have people really from different countries. The 10-week pre-sessional course, that tends to be a lot of students from China. We've got students from Taiwan, Hong Kong, I believe, as well. The 5-week pre-sessional course, that is even more varied, because we do tend to get more people from the EU. So we would have Italians or people from Germany or Austria, etc., plus the Chinese students, Taiwanese, etc. So it's a real mix, to be honest.
Great, thank you. Next question is coming from Demetrina via Facebook. Do you know what ratio of international students are staying at UCA, and is there a good community? So do you know the ratio of international to home students?
I think it's about 18% non-UK. And I would say, yes, absolutely, there is a great community. As you know, we have 4 campuses, and each one has a different but really unique community with a great spirit. So yeah, I think the numbers here are small enough that you can build relationships with all sorts of different people when you're here.
A good community indeed. Remember, we have the welcome event for international students, and at that point you basically know every international faces in on the campus, and it's whether or not you say hi to everyone when you see each other when the uni starts. I think also because I came for foundation and progressed onto a degree course, I know more international students as well, because we progress, and then so we have friends in different courses, and we can get help from different courses when we want.
Great. And do you see sort of people every single day that you sort of met on your first international welcome?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's because in foundation, you basically know the international foundation, you know the people from graduate diploma, which is the pre-master course, and then you know people who are doing the pre-sessional English course. So it's like a huge international community that you already know, and then you progress on to the degree course, and then everyone that are local, they might be new to this area, and then they're like, why you know so many people? You say hi to everyone.
I think it helps as well that it's they're obviously a campus university, so you do see everybody.
Yeah.
It's not like based in the city, so it's the same with all of our different campuses across the 4 sites.
Yeah, everyone's very friendly.
Great. So the next question has come in from Nikolai via Snapchat. Hi again. Hello. Is there a summer task that you have to finish before enrolment that you get in August? So is there sort of work that students may need to sort of do before they actually arrive?
Well, I'm not 100% sure whether it's on all courses, but we used to have in the past cases where the tutors would send us emails with attachments and say, oh, can you please send this to the students that are coming for, I don't know, BA film production, etc. So I know that some of the courses definitely have got some kind of tasks which people do get sent out in advance. So, probably other courses would do that as well. So most likely, yes. But I think you can always contact the tutors as well yourself, because their contact details are on the website, I believe, and just literally ask them, is there anything I need to do? And they will be more than happy to provide that information.
Great. And Maisie, did you have any work to do before you came?
Yes.
You came over?
After International Foundation, I progressed on to digital film and screen art, and I got told that I have to do a summer task. Is that what you called?
Yeah.
There's 2 parts of it. I don't really remember, but the first part is to take a series of pictures within a theme so that you can have an idea behind it and stuff, and the second part might be just to tell the tutor what you did over the summer.
Okay, so it could be different for all different courses. Okay, great, thank you. So my next question is coming from Valentina via email. Do lots of the international students go home over the summer months, or do they stay around the university towns?
Mostly international students tends to go home whenever they can. So Christmas holidays, Easter holiday and summer holidays, and sometimes you get job offers so that you might want to stay. For me, in this summer holiday, I'm just gonna stay in the town because I got work experience that I need to go to in London some weeks, and try to do some part-times to earn some money.
Great. Anyone else got anything to add to that? No? Great. So the next question has come in from Edibola via email. I'm coming to Canterbury for architecture. Can I go to the other campuses to visit them too?
I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm sure you can. It's quite easy to get between all of the campuses. They're in the same region. So in that sense, it's quite easy. Depending on what course you're on, you might have, if you're an international student, you might already know people on other courses if you were doing the pre-sessional English course or the International Foundation. So you might already have some contacts here.
And I also think that with the different courses that you've got on the different campuses, if there is a collaboration on a project between, let's say, 2 or 3 different courses, it might be that you actually have to go to a different campus because you are working with people from a different course. So even if you didn't anticipate, it might be that you get a chance to do it for your project or for your coursework.
And also your card and your login details it's usable for all 4 campuses. So if I visit a Epsom campus, I'm in Farnham. If I visit Epsom campuses, then I will be able to log into the computer or borrow books from there. But actually, if you want to borrow books from another campus, you can actually book it in the Farnham library, and then they will deliver it to you for free. But yeah, I did the foundation, and I do know friends in different campuses. I visit my friends in Epsom sometimes, and my friend who actually studies in Farnham chose to live in Epsom with her another friend together. So
that's great, yeah, because and also if you wanted to go and use the libraries, actually wanted to go there and have a peruse of what they've got there, you can go and do that as well. And also, just another thing, student ambassadors. So if you were planning to come to the UK and then wanted to get a job and perhaps become a student ambassador, we sometimes do have opportunities for student ambassadors to go to work at other campuses. So if we were doing some workshop work elsewhere and you had a particular skill set and we wanted to ask you to work at a different campus, that is always an option as well. So there are options available, or you can just go of your own accord as well, definitely. Okay, great. So next question has come in from, where am I, Sander, via Snapchat. I'm going to Epsom to do fashion design. How far is the campus from London? I can't wait to come over. Well, we can't wait to welcome you. So how far away is Epsom from London?
it should be 30 minutes. Depends on the train sometimes, but it's a direct from Epsom to the centre of London, Waterloo.
Great. Yeah. I think that's answered that in a nutshell. So next question is coming from Youssef via Facebook. My parents want to visit me when I'm at UCA. Will they need a visa?
Well, that depends where they're from. If you're in a country that's not in the EU or the EEA, then yes, they will need some kind of visa. The most common is just a standard visitor visa, which allows them to come into the country for up to 6 months. Obviously, we don't recommend they come for a whole 6 months because the purpose of you coming to the UK is to be at university. They're very easy visas to apply for. There's not a massive, long, complicated form. It's you do it online. Yeah, that's pretty much that.
Where do they go to get that form?
So first of all, you need to apply online. So if you just Google visa for UK, the 4 is a number. That is the website for all UK visas to apply, and then you'll just choose standard visitor route, and then it's a fairly simple online form.
Great.
I believe for the citizen of Hong Kong, we don't need a visa. We don't need to particularly apply for a visa. We just need to land, and you have a proof of reason to visit. Mm-hmm. So a letter from me, for example, for my parents, explaining who they are and why they're visiting, for how long, where they're staying, and a proof of return flight ticket as well, to prove that you're not planning to stay for any longer. And normally you don't stay for like longer than 2 months, or else you're gonna get asked a lot of questions.
So
more questions.
Nationals from certain countries, which are called non-visa nationals, which is countries like Hong Kong, America, Australia, places like that, they can just turn up at the border and get a stamp in their passport and come into the country. But as Maisie said, if you have a return ticket, that's a really good option, and a letter from you to your parents or to your friends, whoever wants to come and visit you, is just saying you're going to support them when they're here, they're going to stay at this place, and they're going home on this date, is going to support their application. And
if you go onto that website that you mentioned earlier, does it sort of say for each different country what the kind of requirements are?
Yes.
You can find out.
So the first step is just to Google visa for UK.
Visa for UK. Fab, thank you. So next question is from Anya via Instagram. Do I need to get any vaccinations before I come to the UK?
I think I didn't, but I did need to check the
tuberculosis.
That one. I did need to check for if I have that, and I got a certificate from the private nurse, and that's it.
Yeah, the only thing you would need to do is if you're on from a country that requires you to have a TB test, is that you have that. There aren't any requirements to have any vaccinations to come to the UK. We
have no jungles here, so no mosquitoes. So the next question is from B via email. I'm coming to do film at Farnham. How many days will I be in classes? I'm excited to explore the UK. It looks so beautiful. It is. There's some very lovely bits.
Okay, for film production in Farnham, I think it depends on the term time. So if you first started for all courses, you tend to come in more like 4 to 5 days a week, and then it become like 3 days a week, and then at the end of the academic year, that's in March or April, you might not have as much classes as you had because you are focusing on your final year, not final year, but last project, the big project.
Great. Anyone else got anything to add to that? No, well, I think we've come to the end of our questions now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to ask the panel here, do any of you guys have any last tidbits of information that you think our international watchers now would like to know, or you think they should know? Anything we did cover quite a lot today, but is there anything else that you think off the top of your head?
I've got one thing.
Yes?
Nuggets of information. If you are applying for a visa, leave plenty of time. Don't leave it to the last minute, please.
And I think also sort of following from that, if you are preparing your documents for the visa application, as Colin mentioned earlier, we will need to check the documents. The whole list of what you need for the visa application is on our website. So again, do start off as early as you can, look through all that list and make sure that documents are in the format that we ask you for, because that's the format that the UKVI will want to see. Because then it just makes the whole process a lot easier, and it means that we can process everything for you earlier as well. You apply for your visa earlier, and you've got that peace of mind that everything is just done and prepared.
Maisie, as a student here, any pieces of information, anything that you would have liked to have known yourself, perhaps you thought, I wish I'd been told this when I was about to arrive in the UK?
Don't hesitate when you answer questions from the immigrant office. Be confident when talking to people, and then you're sorted.
Great. And John, do you have anything to add?
I would just say we really look forward to seeing you here. It'll be fantastic to see. If you've got any questions before you arrive, do just contact one of us and we'll be able to help. I
think, no matter how silly you think the question might be, if it's going to make you sleep easier at night, ask the question, because there's nothing worse than going off to university. When I went to university as a UK student to a UK university, I was nervous. If I was going to an international university, I would be even more nervous. So any questions you have, please do contact us, because no questions too silly, don't worry. So can you keep an eye on our website, because we are going to be doing more future editions of UCAlive. So that's www.uca.ac.uk/live, and we try and sort of have relevant UCAlives for what's happening in the academics year. So there might be something that really will speak to you at some point when you're planning to come to UCA. So I think that's everything. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really hope that it was helpful for you. If you do have any other questions that you kind of think after we've gone offline, you think, I really wish I'd asked that, please do email them in and someone will get back to you and answer them. But thank you very much, and bye for now.